Hi, my name is Dr. Ibekwe Somtochukulusi.
Dr. Eukaria Neze Amara. Dr. Uzochukwu Obi Oluchi Hope.
Dr. Elelujide Chinelo.
I'm from Nnokwa in Idemili South local government area. I love sleeping, I love eating, also love baking.
A graduate of Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I'm from Umoji, Anambra State. Also, a BSc holder in anatomy, a lover of Korean movies, a very free, lovable person.
Instead of a name, I'm the first child of my parents, and my hobby is writing, of course, reading because reading leads to writing, or it helps you cultivate your base or foundation as a writer. It exposes you to things outside your environment or your exposure, your limited exposure. And I'm happy to be a co-creator with God. I've been given this gift of writing, so it's such a wonderful gift that I've worked on. And I've talked about my hobbies, yes. So that is basically it. So I'm a newly fresh minted doctor that is looking for work. Please give me work, thank you.
My medical school journey to me was transformative. I came from someone that was this shy to what I am today, and I thank God for it. I thank God for the past 7 years. I thank God for my family. Thank God for my friends and for my classmates that I've passed through this journey with. At earlier this 7 years, this medical school journey was at first it was fun. It was fun because it kept me active. I was busy with something, and also later on, I saw it challenging because sometimes people that you start this journey with in other departments were graduating, and then you're left alone with your classmates. So at first it was not easy, but later on things kept me going. My classmates, some associations that I belong in, like CNDA, FECAMS, Jane of Mary, and also my family too, they kept on giving me reasons to keep on pushing on. Also, I also learned about multitasking because I started combining medical school with other aspects of my life and my professional level. So it really helped me to at least to balance medical school and other part of my life. And also I enjoyed the postings. I saw the postings as avenues to learn new things, to see new things, and also to interact with my classmates because in the postings we are being shared into different groups. So that's an avenue to see and to get to know some of my classmates that we studied this journey with.
My med school. My med school was a whole lot. I had a dream of becoming a doctor since when I was small, and then when I finished my secondary school, I wrote JAM. My score was not up to the standard, so I had to change course. So I changed my course to parasitology and entomology (PAE), hoping to switch to medicine when the time is right. So when I was in my parasitology, I was reading, putting my best so I can be able to switch, so my GP will be as high enough to switch. And then eventually, after my 200 level, I switched to medicine to repeat 200 level. When I switched to medicine, it was not that easy as I thought it would be. I had nights, I cried. I was like, are you sure this medicine is my calling? Maybe I was meant to be in my parasitology, read, and maybe get first class or something, and then become a lecturer. But then the grace of God kept me going. I found out that my passion alone would have been enough to take me through this med school. And there are a lot of factors like God factor. And in this med school, you need to be close to God so that you can be able to draw strength when you are weak. And they have human factors like friends. God actually helped me to pick my friends. I don't know how this med school would have been if I don't have the kind of friends I had. The friends that I can run to when I feel overwhelmed, rant about how med school is stressing my life, and then I'll get encouraged and then to move ahead. There is also another thing, mentorship. I had this chief when I came into med school. Someone introduced me to a senior colleague when I entered med school. This saying that there's this saying, you can drag a horse to a stream but cannot force it to drink water. That was different for me because that chief, that my senior colleague, actually dragged me to the stream and forced me to drink water. And like he actually helped me a lot. He's part of the I cannot tell my med school without mentioning him. He actually helped me and sometimes draw timetables for me, and here I am.
Okay, my medical school experience. Well, it started when I got admission into school. I was elated and happy until reality set in into the amount of work I had to do in school. That is sleepless nights, and then having to study and study over again. That was in the clinicals. It was not so bad because I had had previous exposure to it, but then we came to the clinicals, where I knew next to nothing about what was happening in medical school. I had a challenge with a particular course, but then I finally got a hang of it at the last block of the posting. So it went well all in all. Then we got introduced into clinical postings, rotations, and then ward rounds, where I got to see patients and how I saw patients, babies come into the world, people struggle for their lives and live. So it was a whole lot of experience, and it taught me empathy, like giving a listening ear, because I feel like it goes a long way even beyond the medicine you give to these patients. Then it also taught me resilience, taught me patience when dealing with the patients, taught me how to be humble, humility, and how to see them not just as cases but as human beings who are struggling for their lives. Then also I would not forget to talk about the support from, first of all, God. God was a very, very important number one factor in this my stay in medical school. His grace was so sufficient for me. He helped me through all those trying times, all those times when you cry and just have to console yourself and begin reading again. Also family, they were so much available for me. My loved ones, my senior colleagues, junior colleagues, my friends, they were so much available for me. There were times, ups and downs when you'll be like, can I do this? You go for postings, spend hours on the road doing those short postings, and then you come back very tired, and then you have to still, start reading again. But I really thank God. All in all, it went very, very, it was fine. Thank God.
My medical school experience, in a very long nutshell, which is the correct grammar to be spoken, is it was a fabulous, a deep-seated yearning or dream that God has given us, that God has given to me, that has been accomplished through passion and hard work, and then is a golden laurel, let's say diamond, but diamond doesn't really have that much value. Is the value we assign to diamond that makes it valuable, but it's a golden laurel because you can't contest gold, right? It's a golden laurel that we have achieved at this moment. It's a bridge, or it is a footstep that launches us to the next step of our life. Anything you want to use the MBS degree to do, you can use it to launch yourself to greater path, whether you want to practice or not. It's a launching pad to greater exploits, to greater heights, and into a better future.
I would like to study medicine again. Like medicine is everything. I'd like to do it again. I don't mind the stress. And if I'm to do it again, things that I would do differently, I felt I not do this period, is that I want to starting on time. Yes, I know that people might think I started on time, but like before the school resumes, meeting senior colleagues that are in that class that I'm coming into, meeting them, asking them things that they made, mistakes that they made, so I can learn from them, and those things that they made that worked for them in that class. And then so when I now come to the class, I also intend to. I would have started on the first day of school, and also be consistent in the plans, because even though in as much as I combine medical school with other things, in fact I'm consistent with a plan every day that make me to balance medical school with other part of my life. Then also dreaming big. At first I started medical school with, I was doubting myself because I came into medical school. I saw people that were better than me. I felt they're better than me because their jam scores, their past school records. So it gave me this, made me to enter my shell. But I think I came out of my shell, my fun level when someone spoke to me about the fact that I can be different. So I believe that if I started believing myself from year one, I've been different from a certain fun level. So and also learning skills. I started learning skills in my 500 level, which I felt maybe it's on time, but it's late. So if I started in 100 level, combining medical school with other parts of my life, I feel that it's like a balance that entire 500 level. So starting combining medical school with learning skills depends on the one you enjoy doing and the one that you derive passion in. And also having a senior colleague that will always be there to direct you. I said this in this act in my 400 level. So if I start it on another level, if I enter in a class, you should meet a senior colleague that will be there, immediate senior colleague that will be there to ask direct on about the class you're entering into, and also put you through in things that you don't know.
Yes, I will study medicine over and over and over 1,000 times again. If I was to go back to med school, I think I have things I would like to change. I would I would love to change. I actually lived a triangular life when I was in med school, from church to house to class. So I would love to do some extracurricular activities, maybe involve myself in politics or something. And then I had self doubt when I was in school. I doubted myself a lot. And if I'm to go back, I think I'll believe in myself more.
Whether I would love to study medicine if I should come back again. Yes, I would love to study medicine, and what I would have loved to do differently is number one. Okay, I was involved in politics a little bit, but I would also love to make more friends because I felt like my my circle was limited. Like if I should go out of school now, I may not really it was really limited. Then another thing is I would have loved to involve myself more in sport because I know I did a little bit of volleyball when I was in school, but I would have loved to, do more of it, like whether table tennis, football, any of them. I would have loved to really, involve more in sport. Then also, well, okay, I would have loved to. I had mentorship. I was also big on mentorship. I had very few persons, few colleagues, senior colleagues I talked to, and yeah, the importance of these senior colleagues in medical school, since it's sort of an apprenticeship, is very very important. It cannot be overemphasized. So I would have loved to, talk more to my senior colleagues, like have more better relationships with them, have more so many of them on my contact list that I can just call and ask, because I know this house job you need to call once in a while to know what you need to do, or what you should do when you see a patient. And also I would have loved to develop that relationship with them. So I've gone a long way. Those are the things I would have loved to change if I had the opportunity to do so. So thank you so much.
Okay, if given a chance to go back in time, what's the unrealistic expectation? But if I was given the unrealistic mercy of God, yes, I'd love to do medicine again. It was my choice, full heartedly. I carried myself into this shege, and I'm very happy in the shege that I'm receiving. But there's some things that I would have done differently. One is, in as much as medicine is important, it's this goal. Some people stood years to get this goal and they finally achieved it, and then we are practicing, we are reading for this medicine. Like I would like to enter, not really to the point of confusion or to the point of distraction, but there's some things that you can do, and there are many people that do it. I have many classmates that combine either out of survival or because they want to do it. They combine medicine and they learn little things. Not so little when you are out of the game and you see that all these things are important. It doesn't matter. Okay, it matters. Especially if maybe you have this privilege, I have this cushion to land on, but still you're an adult and there's some things that you want to do for yourself. and you want to do for yourself, and there's this sense of satisfaction that comes with a little independence, because you can't, at this stage of adulthood, you can't carry all your matters on your back. You do what you can, and then you need support, even if you don't have that support initially, or you get that support. So I would like to learn some graphic designing, make my writing serious. I'm a serious writer, but write for money. One day I was teasing my classmate, asking, "Guy, every time you don't write for pleasure. Like every time I'm seeing you writing for money." That's actually the reason why I do that for money sometimes, but make it a very serious business, because let me tell everybody there, you can do it. You can combine medical school with other things. It's just appropriate time management, and then you sacrifice some things, that because you have taken your pleasure as that thing you're doing, you sacrifice some things and you read your books, obviously. Then another thing I would love to do differently was, I learned that belatedly around that 400 level, this importance of connection of a community. It doesn't matter, like even though your group study does not, maybe you could revise, and what you revise didn't come out in your quizzes or in your exam, it doesn't really matter. That connection, that networking that you have with your group study, with your peers, like you don't read in isolation. I kind of read in isolation in my preclinical. I did not really isolation, but I didn't reach out more. Like I wasn't outgoing, because if I was more outgoing and reaching out to more groups, more people, it would have been better. Then I came to my clinicals, I reached out more, and I saw the beauty, that networking, that connection, and that energy you get from your group studies, from people that you study with, it's a whole lot. And that energy keeps you going. It gives you that energy when you're burnt out, when you're tired. Your friends from different spheres, from different strata of relationships, and from different closeness, they bring that energy and they pull you out of that storm that medical school is famous for. Thank you.